We have Keon in Utah wanted to know, how did we get our first babies and who raised them? Is that right, Keon?
That's the truth. That's correct.
So
dumb, but
yeah, the mothers of the babies raised them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you serious? So, no, listen.
Are you serious?
That's not true?
No, listen. I should have known because I got familiar with you guys as of lately. My buddy showed me a video of one of you guys saying, you came from your mother or something. But look, though, what I meant by that was, okay, let me be specific. So we all could agree that science knows enough, because I hear you guys talking. It sounds like science tells you a lot, right? So, okay, let's go back with science. We can go back to DNA and say, well, it's safe to say that we agree that we were in pools of water or whatever the case was, and we climbed out. During those times,
no, we didn't.
Was it Mother Nature, Mother Earth, when we were monkeys? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
I think you're talking about biogenesis.
Who gave us the common knowledge that we have as humans? That's why. Hold on, I'm about to give you the floor because you got your little radio show. I'm about to shut up. But I just want to know.
I'm trying to understand you. I'm trying to understand you.
We can't.
I'm going to put you on hold. If we're saying we can't understand you and we need you to repeat or clarify something, that's what we're doing. So, what it seems to us that you keep saying we, but and clearly you just mean humanity.
At times, but then at times I'm also meaning you and Don Baker, Matt, whichever.
And do you see how that can be confusing when you use the same word to mean two different things?
I do understand, but I thought the level of intelligence that you guys carried from me watching your videos that we would like relate. But you're right, I should be very much more direct in this time. So I will. My bad. I hear you.
Well, whatever the level of intelligence is, you asked who took care of babies, and I'm like, their moms did. Now, if you want to trace back ancestry, and you're trying to figure out when did human beings branch off from the other great apes, you can read science books and actually look at this to show what we've learned about this. We don't have an explanation for everything. If you then continue going back through the course of all living things on Earth, you can then find when placental mammals began, and that will tell you when babies that needed to be cared for actually existed. And prior to that, you would have egg-laying things and other things along those lines. And some species did not require any sort of nurturing for their kids. They just dump a whole bunch of eggs out there, and the ones that survive. There are a number of different strategies that evolution or that life has developed to deal with offspring. We're one of them.
Let me jump in real quick. Along these lines, there's a book called The Ancestor's Tale by Richard Dawkins that sort of does the walk from where we are now back to where we came from, and all the sort of important steps along the way. And that may be a good book to check out after the call. But go ahead.
Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. But okay, thank you very much. So what I was asking really in reality is, right, if you have an idea of when the first so-called mothers gained the human knowledge that humans have. I'm not talking about mammals and chickens and the first eggs and none of that. I'm talking about the divine human understanding that we have today. That's why people say evolution came. Well, why are we not? If we have two humans have a baby right now and leave it there, it's not going to raise itself up to be a common knowledge having human that we are today. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me try to answer that. There were no first humans. There was a gradual change from earlier species to human species, and there's no point at which you can say magically these folks were humans and their parents were not humans. So the whole idea of a first human is kind of a wrong way of thinking about it.
I also don't know what you mean. I also don't know what you mean by divine human understanding.
Like self, okay, to be where we are today from out of like a pool of DNA, since we know, familiar with science. You get it?
That's not
like how.
Stop.
That's why babies are still not popping babies out. A baby can't wipe its own, behind.
A human
You know,
baby,
and then
a human baby requires more nurturing than other babies.
right. So how
Right.
are we nurtured from a pool of nothing to who we
Humans
are?
didn't come
without-
from a pool of nothing.
I'm sorry.
Humans did not come from a pool of nothing. Humans are apes that evolved from other apes, which evolved from other mammals, which evolved from a line of placental mammals, which evolved from other life forms.
Okay, cool. So you guys don't believe in the out of the a big mass of water, and then DNA came from out of the ocean, and then we became land creatures. So you don't believe in that we started in the oceans and climbed to.
So there are many.
I'm just asking.
Oh my God! Can I fucking answer? I know you're just asking. Why would you need to tell me you're just asking when I start to answer your question?
Hold on, bro. Could you tell me? Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So we don't know how life began. There are a number of different models about how life began, but even if we went with the pool of self-replicating molecules, the primordial ooze, it's not humans that walked out of there. It's single-celled organisms that replicated, and those begin processing over millions of years into other life forms. Humans didn't just step out of a pool of goo. Life, the complexity and the diversity of life spread as changes in DNA resulted in changes in those entities. At some point, the egg-laying offspring became a thing, and that's led into whether those eggs stay inside for the duration and gestate with a soft thing, as in the way of humans and many others, and have those animals that give live birth. And in other cases, like look at a chicken, it does not give live birth. It lays an egg, and that egg is taken care of outside of there.
Okay, thank you so much for helping me understand divine knowledge of creation and how humans became so advanced and involved. No, well, they sarcastic with me, shit. Anyhow,
I asked you,
man. I like how
I asked you.
What do you ask?
Why I asked you what you meant by divine human understanding, and now you're sarcastically coming back, thanking us for explaining it when I still don't know what the hell divine human understanding is, or I don't think there's anything divine.
I'm familiar with God because I also seen another show when one of the two of you, I don't know which one exactly I'm talking to. That's why I say y'all sometimes. I don't know if it's this Matt Don Baker.
That's fine.
It's the group.
That's not the point.
So
what the fuck is divine human understanding?
Well, is it safe to say one of you been to church and saw something in church yourselves?
I was going to be a preacher. I was in church from the time I was born until I was probably 25 or 30. Now, what is it that you think I should have seen in a church?
I can't tell you what you should see. That's like my friend. He asked me, how come everybody doesn't have a relationship with God? I can't tell you.
You just asked me.
I can.
Keon, you said you were assuming that we had been in church and seen something. That was your question. And I said, yes,
I heard one of your shows.
What was I supposed to
one of you, I can't tell you what the two it was, but one of you said, you've seen something, what you've seen in church.
Stop.
So if you've seen something in church.
Keon, I'm asking you what it is that you think we've seen in church.
I can't, man. I'm telling you, I heard one of you on the show say that. I can't.
Oh, my God,
my friend just pointed and said, Matt. He pointed at you and said, Matt. He watches this more than me.
Keon.
Southern Baptist? Okay.
Keon.
So it was you who seen what you saw in church, bro.
Keon.
So to me, that's divine intervention, just like you know it, sir. Yeah.
Keon. I'm just going to keep doing this since you're just ignoring me. Keon.
I'm listening. Yes.
No, you're not. You're fucking talking. You said you assumed that I'd been to church and seen something. And I said, yes, I've been to church. What is it that you think I have seen?
Divine intervention. Whatever you asked me what divine was, you know it, you felt it, and you see it. That's why you.
No, I haven't. That's why I'm asking, Keon. I'm asking you to tell me what it is that you think I've seen and what it is that you think is divine. That's why I keep asking the question.
No, because you want me to be like I was there all those times.
No, I'm not asking you to be there. I'm asking you what it is that you imagine that I have seen that is relevant to this discussion.
The fact that you know.
That I know what?
And that's
the fact that I know what?
You're denying. Everything you deny, you know.
Okay.
And you're accountable for all of what you know.
Can you speak an English sentence that adds clarity, because now you're saying
English, you are accountable for
now you're saying everything I deny I know. What is it that you think I know that I'm denying?
Where you're at now, because you saw what I saw, and you know what I know, and you know what the.
I think he's saying that we're denying God, and God's going to torture us.
No. Now you're on hold, because now you're telling me that you know what's in my head, and you're suggesting that I know what you know. And that, sir, is dishonest. So what is it that you think I know that I am denying?
I think you know that there is a divine, true creator, and you got lost along your path. And I'm not judging you for that. That's not my job. I'm not here for that. I don't know.
Please demonstrate.
I'm not saying you finna burn or whatever.
Keon, if you're going to accuse me, basically you're saying I'm a liar.
I said these are my opinions, bro.
Are you saying I'm a liar?
I just feel as if you're misled. I'm not saying you're lying.
You might be misled.
I'm not accusing you of anything, sir. No, I'm not.
Yes,
I don't know.
you are. You're accusing me.
You might accidentally be doing this.
I'm going to mute your ass again, because you are accusing me of denying something that I know is true. If somebody knows something is true and they deny it, are they a liar?
I would say it to you.
If somebody knows something is true and they are denying it, are they a liar?
Well, see, to me, yes, but I can't say that you know.
Then you're calling me a liar because you accuse me of knowing something and denying it.
You are right about what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying?
No, Keon.
You might not be doing it purposefully. You might not be doing it on purpose, sir. So I cannot call somebody who is accidentally doing
call you a liar, Matt.
I don't care. Keon,
I can't say that if he's not doing it on purpose, sir. I mean, like, because you don't know, you could be misled. Like, if I accidentally say the wrong thing.
Again. You'll stay on mute for the rest of your life, for all I care. If you're going to tell me that I am denying something that I know to be true, and I ask you if that makes someone a liar, why are you not willing to just say that, yes, you think I'm a liar? Why is it so difficult? Why is it so easy for you to make the accusation vaguely, but not say, yes, you believe that I am
disparage you,
a liar? Huh?
He doesn't want to disparage you.
I'm not, no, because I don't want to give anybody any credit or take any away from anything that's not due. I can't give you a jacket that I'm not putting on you. I'm not calling you a liar, sir. I'm just saying, to me, you're misled. That was my point. You're very.
Now you're muted. You, sir, are a coward. And now I'm going to unmute you so that you can respond to me calling you a coward. And then I'm going to hang up on you.
You are a coward. You
are a coward. You, sir, are a coward.
Does that make you feel better? You that mad, bro?
You called me a liar, but you refused to acknowledge that you called me a liar.
I never said. I said very misled, sir. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or not, sir. That's not my fault. Then somebody said, "Oh, you're gonna turn me." I ain't saying nothing about all of that, bro. I don't know about all of that. I'm just telling you what I know about.
Yeah, every week here we're asking for evidence for God. If you've got some evidence, we'd love to hear it.
Hey, just the way his emotions were was evidence of God. Both of y'all shook up right now because I have someone. Y'all know what time it is, so y'all can get rattled. And
I'm going to mute you. If you think you rattled me, that's really easy to do when someone is dishonest and cowardly like you. When they come in and suggest that I am actually denying a truth that I am aware of, and then refusing to acknowledge that this is exactly the same as calling me a liar. And when you are calling in to prove that a God exists, and your argument is essentially, Matt, you know there's a God, you're just denying it, then you're not only a coward, but you are massively confused about the way evidence works, and you are pretending that you can read my mind. Because as I asked you, you seem to think that I witnessed the divine in the same way that you did, and now I'm just denying it, when that is simply not true. So maybe stop pretending you can read people's mind. And if you're going to actually call someone a name or make an accusation that they are dishonest, perhaps go ahead and do it in a forthright manner, as I did when I called you a coward. And now I'm hanging up. Goodbye, Keon.